No, Angela is not old enough to be a suffragette. But she does credit her grandfather, George Lansbury, as being a major influence on her formative years. He was the statesman, one-time leader of the Labour Party, and mayor of Poplar. Angela was born in London and remembers hanging onto his coattails as she went with him, and he addressed great crowds of people. He was imprisoned twice, one time for refusing to pay a property tax. He said it was unfair that people of Poplar should pay the same as the people of Kensington and Chelsea, and another for urging women to burn and destroy for the right to vote. Shout, shout, up with your song, cry with the wind, for the dawn is breaking. March, march, swing you along, wide blows a banner and hope is waking. Song with its story, dreams with their glory, toil and pain by faith above. Hail, hail, victor she stands, wearing the wreath that the brave have won. One of the greatest marches of the suffragettes was a great procession from Poplar to Parliament. East End suffragette Elsie Watkins wrote this in the Women's Dreadnought, a women's magazine of the time. The band played again, and with cheers we entered the Mile End Road. Right up it we marched, past the People's Palace, past the London Hospital. The East India Dock contingent with Lansbury and Mrs. Skur joined us then. The procession stretched right from the Old Bailey halfway up the opposite hill of Fleet Street. We arrived at Parliament. One of the saddest sights, and one of the cruelest, was when Miss Sylvia Pankhurst, too ill from hunger strike, was lifted out of the car and laid on the steps of the Strangers' Entrance. Inspector Rogers informed her she would not be able to stay there. She told him she would wait until the Prime Minister had consented to receive the deputation. Just as the police were about to drag her away, Mr. Lansbury